Baby, you're the best. Kiss me up before you go.
I'm about to tell you all the story. Greatest story of all time. And now this story is very important, so I need you guys to pay attention. As you can tell by the title, this story is about the time I got lost for the first time. Now when I say I mean getting lost, I mean like actually lost. It was it was really crazy. Now, I was like 4 years old when this happened, so I think you guys might think that my dad's a little bit irresponsible. So as you can tell, this was like about 11 years ago, probably 12. I was 4 and I had just turned 4, so it was probably about 11 years ago. So as you guys know, I am Hispanic, and I don't think you guys know what kind of Hispanic I am, but I am a Dominican. And one day there was like this kind of parade thing, I don't know, that my grandpa, my brother, and my dad really wanted to go to. And so they just brought me along because I've never been to a parade, which is okay, I guess, because, you know, it was like my first time ever going to a parade. But before we even went to the parade place or where the spot was, where everyone was, we went to go eat, and we ate a lot, especially me. They definitely gave me a little too much. So I ate a little too much, I ate a lot, and it sucked because I was like really small, and I was full out of my mind. And I believe that was like the first time I've ever eaten a lot, but it was definitely something. So we were just like walking around the parade going straight, and my dad had noticed on like whatever the hell, I think MySpace or High Five, whatever kind of social media website it was, that one of his friends was there. And of course what he did was he was like, hey, let's meet up with this guy. And that's what they did. They met up with the guy. So they went out and they started looking for the guy. You know, they started walking up. They had an umbrella, so they put the umbrella up in the air. I remember this by detail. And so my older brother was holding me. I think he was like 11 or 12 when this was happening, but he was holding my hand, and like, I don't know, I felt like I was slipping off of his hand, like he was just like slowly letting go because he thought I could walk myself. Now do keep in mind, I was 4, and so what happened was they started walking really fast, and my brother let go of my hand, and I got like really dizzy to the point where I stopped and like thought about what I was doing, and I kept running forward, and I saw some guy with the same shirt my dad had, and I started pulling on his shirt, and it really wasn't him, it wasn't my dad. So at this point I'm crying a lot, and I'm just there crying, standing still, looking at all these floats and everything. And I remember some like old lady, or I don't know, but she was like in her 40s or something, and she saw me crying, she felt bad, and so what she did was that she like talked to the police. I think she talked to the police, and what the police did is that they put me on one of the floats for the thing, like the little parade thing. There was like a bunch of floats with a lot of dancers or whatever, and I'm just there like right in the front looking for my dad, and I couldn't see anybody, just a lot of Hispanic people. And then at this point I just sat down with a police officer, you know, waiting for the paraders, his partner, to bring his car back. And I think they took me to the police station afterwards, and then like 2-3 hours later, I think my mom finally found me. She was asking around, and my mom was like working. She worked like at 3 restaurants, 4. She was like managing 3. All I know, she was really worried, like, you know, she almost got fired because she left. But then she, you know, explained everything to her boss, and everything was fine. I remember this story because it was probably one of the first like little memory things that I've had as a little kid. And my mom reminded me of that story like the other day when I was in a car, and like, I don't know, I was really upset for some reason. And it's usually when you're upset, your parents like telling you stories about when you were younger. But I remembered that day, but it was just a little faded, you know what I mean? I remember that day because that was the day I got a Game Boy and a Mario game, and I was playing as Princess Peach on like some kind of sandy world. I remember because that was probably the first game I was ever frustrated at. But you know, my mom got really mad at my dad. I don't think I ever went out with him again after like for like a long time. I think until like my mom actually trusted my dad with me again. It was a really long time, that's all I can tell. But, you know, I was that day, and I know because I was crying a lot. I was crying a little bit too much. And I think that's the same day the officer like almost accidentally let me go. Like almost lost me because I was like a savage back in the day, so I really didn't care what I was saying, or I really wasn't thinking about what I was saying. And this guy was eating a donut, and I called him fat. This day I regret it because I'm fat, and now I kind of feel like how he feels, because he was like a round donut freaking officer guy. I'm just really lucky that one lady actually came to me before anybody else could. Could have been some really weird creep that'd like to pick me up and say, hey little boy, get in my van and I'll give you some candy. If you had a Game Boy, then I probably would get in the van, and then I wouldn't be here making videos. Which is kind of weird because I'm kind of questioning whether my parents are really my parents. I'm just kidding. That'd be really weird. I know they're my parents because we had a blood test thing a while ago, since I needed some blood for something, and I know they're my parents. Just that's it. I know they're my parents. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys drop a like, comment, and subscribe. This has been your boy Rabbit. If you guys ever really want to see anything other than this, or something like this, like other stories, I have a lot of stories that I really want to tell you guys, but I'm kind of saving them for, like, you know, for the future. And this is one of their stories. I just really wanted to help put this story out because I felt like it would be a really great story to let out for you guys, since you guys have been really great for me and my channel. And it would be really awesome to meet that lady now, like the lady that actually saved my life. Kind of saved it. This way I can thank her, because of her now I have Call of Duty. This has been your boy Rabbit. Remember to keep your hairline straight, and I'll talk to you guys later.